Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today's masterclass is going to be about adrenal function and how we can use this to resolve fatigue and get back to living our life so that we can do the things that we enjoy, be with the ones that we love, and actually have the energy to go throughout life without feeling fatigued all the time. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this webinar today, and I'm going to be sharing tips and tricks that I've learned and just the basic physiology behind this and why this is happening. Now, in today's discussion, we're going to be talking just a little bit about me very briefly. What are the adrenal glands, how the adrenal glands get stressed, and the relationship to a gut health, and also methods for correction. Now, here is my background and experience. My name is Dr. Todd Strong. I am a doctor of chiropractic, a diplomat over the American Chiropractic Neurology Board, certified functional medicine practitioner, and a practitioner of applied kinesiology. Basically, what led me down this path was I was a very unhealthy child and turned my health around, ended up losing 40 pounds when I went from my 8th grade year to my freshman year in high school. And then I decided that I wanted to pursue people, and my mission is to help as many people as possible. So basically, what I specialize in is helping people with fatigue, anxiety, depression, weight gain, female hormones, and GI issues. And then I've also went to Life University, the Carrick Institute, Functional Medicine University, and the KALISH Institute. So pretty extensive training. Now, my personal journey came from a very small town, had health issues, struggled with depression, self-image issues, and just a little bit of self-loathing. I'm the first in my family to graduate from college, and then also the first to graduate from doctorate school. And here's my mission statement: is just help educate as many people as possible about true health and what it means, and then impact the world at a larger scale, and then create generational changes. And here's how we can do that: by fixing just kind of like our misconceptions behind health and wellness. Now, I did work as a scribe in a family practice for a little while, and I saw the medicinal side of things, and just I did not like that. Most people were not getting better, and throughout my journey as a doctor and being in multiple clinics, I've seen people turn their lives around, and I've studied a lot of different methodologies to help people get better. So let's dive in. Now, here are the 3 levels of functional medicine, and what this looks like is 1 is root cause, 2 is body systems, and then 3 is symptoms. Now, our symptoms are a cause of dysfunction in the body systems, and our body systems are a dysfunction because of root causes, and that can look like viruses, bacteria, poor diet, blood sugar, environmental toxins, parasites, multiple things. These things affect the downstream level 2 and level 3. So when we have those root causes and our immune system is depressed, then what will happen is it will affect the body systems or the organ systems, and then we get symptoms. Now, the big 5 symptoms all relate to the adrenals are fat, fatigue, depressed, GI problems, and female hormonal balance. And this is a major issue that we see in most of the population today. Now, we're going to be talking about how all of this relates and then why it can be the root cause. So especially if you've had trouble with yo-yo dieting, or you gain the weight back, or you're just chronically fatigued all the time, if you're taking an SSRI or if you're taking an antidepressant, why it's not getting to the root cause of the problem. If you're having gut dysfunction, a problem digesting food, thyroid issues, how that can relate, and then also female hormonal imbalances, so chronic migraines, heavy menstrual cycles, bad menstrual cycles, hormonal acne. Just there's a lot to uncover. Now, we use the KALISH method of the 3 body systems, and this looks like, first we look at the neuroendocrine system, which is your hormones. So that looks like mainly correcting cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and that also leads into estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. So we look at all of those in order and how we can use those to rebalance your whole corrective system, because those have feedback loops. Now, this affects the GI system and affects your detox system, which is mainly your liver and your skin. So here's kind of how your body falls apart. Now, stress causes adrenal exhaustion, and what this is usually precipitated by a major event such as death, divorce, childbirth, overwork, poor diet. There are tons of more, but those are like the major ones. This causes the stress hormone in our body, cortisol, to get released, and then this hormone breaks down the GI system. It robs your GI system of an amino acid called glutamine, and glutamine is what coats the lining of like your esophagus, esophagus, your stomach, your intestines, all the way down your colon, but it also protects your blood-brain barrier. So if you're having migraines, chronic fatigue, cloudy thinking, memory trouble, then a lot of the times stress can be a major part of that too, as it breaks down those barriers, and then we get leaky gut and leaky brain. Now, when this happens and the GI system falters, the gut, we either acquire a pathogen, develop food intolerances, or we develop leaky gut, which can lead to systemic inflammation. Now, this leads to body system number 3, the skin, having skin rashes, skin tags, skin irritation, eczema, psoriasis, just a whole bunch of different issues. And then it can also persist as arthritic type issues because the body isn't able to detox, whether it's parasites, heavy metals, toxins, or whatever it may be. Now, here is the simple overview of how we correct these. So we correct the systems in order. So 1, we work on stress reduction, looks like reducing inflammatory foods, using anti-inflammatory supplements, really working on your daily routine so that you're very organized, you're not getting stressed about your time. Spiritual and emotional, so making sure you're having good conversations with your spouse and a good support system. Spiritual, just whatever you believe in, taking time to really kind of connect with yourself and just be thankful for what you've been given, even though you may be struggling a little bit right now. Especially here in America, we're definitely very blessed to have a lot of conveniences that other people don't have. And then exercise and sleep, making sure that you're walking at least 30 minutes 3 times a week is a good, solid exercise routine. And then also sleep, making sure that for men it's 6 to 7 hours, for women it's 8 to 9. I'm sorry, ladies, but that's just kind of what the research is showing, just because you all have more stress and it takes you longer to recover. Now, we use these things to balance out the hormones, and then we use nutrient replacement such as amino acids, essential fatty acids, and minerals in order to correct these and help fuel the body. Because if you're going to run like a Ferrari, then we need to fuel you like one. And when we get into these issues, a lot of the times it's due to mineral depletion and micro and macronutrient depletion. We see it all the time. Most people aren't eating enough, to be honest, and that causes the thyroid to downregulate and causes more issues later on. Now, when we look at this, when we start to do that, then we look at treating leaky gut. That looks like with probiotics, getting rid of any parasites, bacteria, and yeast. Now, 60 to 70% of the population does have a parasite, but if your immune system is good enough, it's not going to affect you that bad. It is a good idea to get rid of them. I recommend that you do a detox at least twice a year to get rid of any of these parasites, bacteria, and yeast. But with that being said, the gut, you need that gut to be healthy in order to absorb any type of nutrients and minerals that you're ingesting. Without that, you're going to develop deficiencies. And then supporting liver detox pathways. A lot of your biotransformation of your hormones happens in the liver. So supporting liver detox pathways is essential to making sure that you're getting better. Now, when we look at adrenal function, it produces steroid hormones, DHEA, and cortisol, and then it regulates the stress response, and it must exist in a ratio or body's functions sober. So that looks like fatigue, blood sugar, and imbalance. So between all of the systems together. So with that being said, we need, in order for optimal function, we need the adrenals to be functioning at an optimal level. Now, under continual stress, hormone levels begin to drop, and this leads to burnout. So if you're feeling just burnout with life and feeling burnout at your job, relationships, whatever it may be, a lot of the times adrenal dysfunction or adrenal fatigue can be a big issue. Now, here's just the importance of the adrenal glands play a central role in many key body functions. So whether it is neural health tissue or brain tissue, bone and muscle tissue, carbohydrate metabolism, fatty acid metabolism, detox capacity, your fat and protein metabolism, and then the endocrine function. So you can look at all of these and see how just intercorrelated all of cortisol to DHEA ratio there is. Now, the main causes of adrenal fatigue are emotional stress, dietary stress, pain, and hidden inflammation. So we're going to be talking about these as we go through. Now, we have what's called an adrenal rhythm or a circadian rhythm, and this looks like it regulates our sleep and wake cycles so that when we go to sleep, we're getting restful sleep, we're getting the sleep that is actually healing our body and repairing tissues rather than just, we're just shutting our eyes and getting out of the world for a little while. This is actually us getting into a sleep that will allow our bodies to repair any type of tissue, absorb what we learned from the day before into the neural tissue, and then also just to make sure that we're rested and give the adrenals a little bit of a break. Now, healthy adrenals support female hormonal production, promote burning of body fat. So if you're having trouble with body fat, this is a big issue that needs to be addressed. Most people go on a diet and then they rebound or gain the weight back because they never do the foundational step of actually healing their adrenals. Now, your adrenals maintain high energy levels throughout the day. So if you're feel like you're on a roller coaster, you're up and down, a lot of the times it's due to unstable adrenal function. Now, this also helps stabilize your mood. So when we talk about SSRIs or antidepressants, this can be an underlying issue that maybe your doctor doesn't know about that isn't getting addressed. Now, it also regulates immune response in the GI tract. So if you're getting sick all the time, if you're having a lot of GI issues, kind of like we talked about, cortisol will break down the stomach lining, then this can be a major issue that you need to look at. And then also, so all of that kind of comes back and they all support one another. Now, here are some common symptoms that unhealthy adrenals will kind of show as, and that looks like fatigue, weight gain, irritability, anxiety, depression, PMS, infertility and hot flashes, lack of concentration, poor memory, digestive problems, food allergies, insomnia, poor immune response, food cravings, neck and back pain. So me as a chiropractor, we always typically do some sort of adrenal protocols when we're helping people get over these issues, especially if they're getting chronically injured or chronically sick. Now, here are the progression and stages of adrenal exhaustion. So you can see how normal our cortisol is pretty level, but once we start to get a little bit stressed out, the cortisol levels rise and they go really, really high. And then stage 1 is when they're at the highest, and then stage 2 is the tricky part because it's the in-between of the stage 1 and stage 3 phase. And that's a really dangerous time because if we don't address it during that time, and that's when labs can look normal, but we don't feel normal, and your doctor says, well, I think it's just psychosomatic and it's all in your head, which can be really detrimental. That can be really dangerous because then you can fall into this stage 3 and you can go into failure, and that's when people just don't want to get out of bed, they can't move, they have chronic debilitating inflammation throughout their whole body. Here is kind of like an overview of how it all works. So this is your hypothalamic adrenal axis and your hypothalamic thyroid axes. So this just shows how stress affects the brain, goes down, and we release cortisol. It has metabolic effects, and that just goes in kind of a circle, and there should be appropriate feedback loops. Sometimes this doesn't happen. So the HPT axis, you can see how there's feedback mechanisms from the thyroid, and it kind of pushes that circle all over again, but there should be negative feedback loops. When those negative feedback loops break is when we really have a problem because it just drives the cycle further and further. The thyroid is a major constituent in all of this as well. Cortisol will actually inhibit TSH and T3, and that can cause a major issue. Now, when we talk about detoxification, your liver produces about 60% of your metabolically active T3, and this is why we're talking about the determination of primary thyroid versus secondary thyroid. Primary thyroid is when there's a problem with the thyroid, which is only about 20% of cases. Secondary thyroid is when it's something else and there's a deeper rooted issue going on. Now, just to kind of give you a little bit of science here is what's called pregnenolone still, or cortisol still if you want to think about it. But basically you can see over here in the right we have testosterone, estrogen, and then over on the left we have progesterone and cortisol. Now what happens when we get really stressed is we bypass the estrogen and testosterone and we end up going towards the cortisol because we're just under high amounts of stress. This is when our sex hormones get robbed. So we're robbing our sex hormones, and you wonder why so many people have to take like an exogenous form of their sex hormones, estrogen, testosterone, or progesterone. And a lot of times it's because this is the root cause of the issue. Now you also look at this and you see cholesterol is at the top. And cholesterol is what drives all of this, and this is what all of your hormones are made from. So people have high cholesterol because they're trying to produce more hormones because they're stressed out. It's not because they're eating a bunch of fats. That is a huge misconception in today's world, and it's something that really needs to be addressed because everybody's on a statin, which isn't good. And it will inhibit these pathways and it will cause more hormonal issues later on. Now, here's an interesting fact is cholesterol goes to pregnenolone, to progesterone, to your mineralocorticoids, and then we can see the progression to glucocorticoids, and then DHEA to androstenedione. So it's saying that if we block this pathway, what will happen is all of our mineralocorticoids, which have to do with functions of like our thyroid, or glucocorticoids, which is inflammation and blood sugar, and then our sex hormones will all be affected. Alright guys, and we're going to pause here, and then there will be a part 2, so comment below if you want part 2 and we'll get that. Make sure that you like and subscribe if you're watching this on one of my channels. Share it with your family and friends, and then there's also going to be resources below wherever you're watching this, so you can check me out, learn more about me. I've got plenty of free resources for you to help with these issues, but I'll get part 2 out next time.